Welcome back for another edition of the Nourie's Niche, where we're working on doing some really basic BMX tricks that you can learn in a short amount of time. The idea is that I want to give riders an avenue to go get into flatland with some fundamentals and basic tricks and not feel super intimidated by the craziness in the level of riding out there that's just excelling and just over the top. So I could imagine being new to the sport, that would be a bit intimidating. So I'm giving some tips on the real basic tricks, hopefully that can come to you relatively quickly. That way you can kind of build on your list of tricks and expand it as you see fit and not feel super set back by spending so much time just to learn one trick, which is the case. As you get into this, if it sticks and you want to get obviously to the next level or continue with it, it is a matter of persistence, consistency, and lots of time and practice. But it's been a lot of fun for me. It's been getting me out to ride every day, even if it's just a little short session. I do appreciate that, and I really like all the feedback. I'm hearing a lot of good things and people just getting back into it or wanting to get back into it and appreciating having the channel. And I want to just do a little plug, because I did start building my Facebook page, and I'm going to be doing a lot with that. So it's just Nourie's Bike Academy, and that's going to be like anything that I'm doing for jams in the area, or if I'm doing local classes, and also some camps that I'll probably be doing this summer, and then even abroad. Like if I go to a different event, I might be doing some different camps in conjunction with other events, mainly bike events, but all kinds of events. So if you're interested in any of that, just message me, or you can even sign up through that page, Nourie Bike Academy page, and just fill in the information. Then I'll reach out to you and see what you're thinking. So today's trick. As you notice, we're in a garage, and that's because here in beautiful Ashland, it's really cold and pretty windy and a little bit rainy. So I took it indoors. It's not the ideal spot because it's not super flat, but at least it's something that I can continue. I want to do one a day, so I want to keep it up. So today's trick is going to be a rolling rebate. We did the tail whip before, and we did the steamroller. We went around, grabbed the seat, and we're rolling. This one's going to be that same kind of motion, but we're going to do a rebate where we're not going to grab the seat. We're just going to let it swing like a pendulum back and forth. So rolling rebate, as usual, I'll do it a couple times first so you can see it, and then we'll kind of break it down, and I'll give you some ideas that I have around how to start to learn this trick. So here we go. The rolling rebate. I set up by putting my right foot on the back peg, left foot on the front peg. I need a little more speed. Hold on. So right foot on the back peg, left foot on the front, and lean way forward. I'm going to kick it, and I'm going to swing it, swing it, swing it. I'm probably way out of the shot by now, but I just pendulum it back and forth a couple times, and then I smoothie out. So this time I'll do a little bit shorter so you can see the ride out. So I step on the back peg, front peg, I kick it around, I land, and then I smoothie out like that. So super basic, but kind of fun. Like I love that smoothie part. I remember Wilkerson did that back in the day, where he would just like run and jump on the bike. But it's just a nice feeling. So how are we going to break this down? So similar to what I talked about with the steamroller, where you've got your left foot on the front left peg, and you can do it on the pedal, your back foot on the pedal or the peg, whatever feels more comfortable. I'm used to putting it on the back peg. And the key here is you want to get your weight distributed over that front peg as much as possible. And I do a little bit of, when I kick the tire out, similar to the tail whip, where my leg is going like that and kind of pushing it, I do that, At the same time, I'm going to take my foot on the front peg and kind of scoop it underneath me and push a little bit like that. So it's all in one motion. So it's like a scoop and kick. So I can't do that stationary, but you get the idea. The kick behind the other part of it would be like this. I'm scooping and I'm kicking it. That didn't work out so well. I got to hold the brake. So I'm going to scoop it forward and then kick it like that. Okay, so that you would just want to practice over and over and over and over. Just get to that point where you can roll a little bit and you can just kick it around like that. You maybe just try that until you can get it around and you start to have the control of it just rolling like this. Okay? So that's the first step. And I always like to say, break it down. If it's easier for you to break it down in like 3 different steps. First one, work on just being able to kick it around. Should go, about 180, and then you can turn your bars to sway it. I'm basically controlling it all with my bars. So the second step, practice the first step over and over and over until you get rolling, and then you're not really rolling very far or just not very much control with it, then just practice doing this. Just practice rolling around. Just try to do that. Just get used to taking your foot off until you can balance for a longer period of time. Then you'll have the second element, which is the rolling. And it's very similar to a steamroller, but you're only holding the bars. And it's kind of nice because you can just sway it back and forth, back and forth. And when I let it drop, I drop on the right side so it smoothies out like that. And that's the third step. Third step, hey, how's it going, guys? Third step is just going to be, they probably think I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. They didn't even see the camera. Anyhow, so the third step is pretty, like I said, I think it's a lot of fun. And you can practice that just on its own, where you're just going to push off the ground and you're going to roll. And when I see riders do that and they go like, I'm exaggerating, but it just washes out from underneath them. You really have to have your weight over the top, over the front, so it smoothies out. Okay? It's hard for me to do it really awkward and incorrectly. I don't know, I just can't, Oh, I guess that's kind of it, like that. Okay, so that's going to be a lot harder if your weight's back. But notice this one, if my weight's way forward, my head's over it, and I'm like smoothie right out. Boom, done. Those three steps, and then just work on putting them all together. And like I've said in other videos, I always encourage you to do kind of some mile markers where you're going to do, in this case, parking stalls. You're going to say, okay, I'm going to let it swing back and forth 2 or 3 times for 2 stalls, then do like 4 stalls, and then try to do 8 stalls, and just keep expanding so that you can just go all the way across the parking lot, just controlling it, swaying it back side to side. As long as you have momentum, you can just keep going, let it drop, smoothie out, and you're done. So that's it for today. And again, thanks for all the support. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I hope they're helpful. And please message me if you've got some ideas or some questions. I'm always here to help. All right, take care.